One of my favorite things I love about Apex Legends that makes it stand out from other FPS games is the gunplay. Apex's relatively long time to kill and diverse arsenal of weapons makes for a very unique experience that you won't find in many other FPS games. I think Apex also does a very good job of giving each weapon a unique identity, and this is partially achieved through what I'd call giving some weapons kind of a passive ability. What I'd consider a passive for guns is something that is integrated into the weapon that is not within the core of weapon design in general, such as fire rate, range, etc. I don't consider attachments or hop-ups to be these passives as they're not integrated into the weapon, but many of these quote-unquote passives do come from previous hop-ups that were integrated into the weapon. The first thing I think of when I think of these passives is the Peacekeeper and Triple Takes Precision Choke. It's automatically included with the weapon and gives it a unique ability that others don't have. I think that this is something that often goes underappreciated in Apex and FPS games in general, so I just want to talk about some weapons with these abilities and why they help to make the weapon unique and useful. Apex's newest weapon, the Nemesis, is one of the most clear examples of a gun having a passive ability, and also what inspired me to make this video. If you haven't gotten beamed by this thing yet, the Nemesis' passive is basically that it's criminally overpowered at range and needs a nerf. Well, actually, it's that the gun's fire rate increases longer it is shot for. The weapon has a charge bar that increases by about 16.66% when fired. As the charge bar increases, the fire rate increases as well. The fire rate has a minimum of 637 rounds per minute and a maximum of 692 rounds per minute. After the gun isn't fired for 5 seconds, the charge bar decreases by 15% per second. Well, if you felt the Nemesis' sheer power, you know that this fire rate change could turn the weapon into an anti-aircraft laser gun that was smuggled out of an American deep underground military base. The Nemesis is arguably one of the strongest weapons in the game right now, and this fire rate change is one of the reasons why it's so good. Oh, and the Nemesis also has a special reload animation that's a reference to the splitter rifle from Titanfall 2. Another gun with a very unique ability is the SSBB. While it wasn't put in the game with the recoilless design prominent in Titanfall 2, it was given the unique ability to use both light and heavy ammo, as well as use both types of magazines. This one ability has cemented the CAR as one of the best weapons in the game just due to its sheer ammo efficiency combined with its great stats. The CAR works especially well with weapons like the G7 Scout, as the Lita is very ammo efficient and allows for one to carry more light ammo to poke with, while saving a smaller amount of heavy ammo for the CAR itself. If you run out of heavy ammo if you're fighting a lot of close range, you could just switch the caliber and get back in the game. The 30-30 repeater actually has what I consider two passives to the weapon. The first was included on the initial release of the weapon, which is the weapon's charge bar when ADS'd. The 30-30 could do up to 36% more damage when the weapon is ADS'd longer without firing it. The developers said in their Season 8 dev stream that they wanted to have a weapon to reward those with disciplined and accurate aim, so they added this mechanic to the weapon. In the dev stream, the developers also discuss how the weapon has a segmented reload similar to that of the Mastiff. In Season 14, the 30-30 gained the ability to reload 2 bullets at once, which was taken from the now vaulted dual shell hop-up. This allowed the 30-30 to use the Skull Piercer hop-up with a now free slot and reload faster, making the weapon a lot more powerful than it used to be. Oh, did I also mention that you could swing open doors with this thing? So, it kinda has 3. My bad. The Sentinel and Bocek bow have a bit more in common than you might think at first. Both of these weapons have 2 passive abilities, and they both share one of them. They also both deal 70 damage for whatever reason. The ability that these two share is now the integrated Dead Ice Tempo hop-up. This allows for decreased rechamber time, or drawback time if you're using the bow, when the weapon is fired when the indicator at the base is lit up blue. Kinda makes you feel like you're playing a rhythm game. The Bocek has another unique ability, which is that it fires a shotgun-like spread when hip-fired. While this is technically a hop-up, I still consider it more of a passive because it is included with the bow, as it's a care package weapon. If you're looking for how this makes the bow better, I guess it makes it a bit better at close range, but personally, I'm not a big fan of it. The Sentinel's second passive is its iconic ability to amp it using a shield cell. This charge increases the damage per shot of the Sentinel from 70 to 88. I think this gives the Sentinel a very unique mechanic when it comes to managing your resources, especially if you're poking. Are you going to use that cell to heal up, or are you going to use it to see if you can bring an opponent down, you know? While I'm already on the topic of amping up the Sentinel, I may as well mention the Rampage LMG, which is able to be amped using thermite grenades instead of shield cells. Instead of amping up the Rampage's damage, it increases the fire rate from 300 to 390 rounds per minute. Interestingly, the Rampage can also break doors while amped in only 2 shots, so make sure that you're not holding a door against this thing if you don't want to get beamed. Because the RE45 and Hemlok are currently care package weapons, their hop-ups are automatically integrated into the weapon itself, so I consider it a passive ability of the weapon. The RE45 has the ability to deal 1.7 times more damage to armor with its disruptor rounds, allowing it to shred through its opponents faster than I could shred the classified documents that I have under my bed before the Fed. The Hemlok has an improved version of its old boosted loader hop-up, which allows you to reload much faster if you reload within the last 12 shots of the weapon. It also gives you 9 extra ammo in the magazine. For whatever reason though, I'm able to reload the weapon when I have 36 bullets in the mag, and I have 30 bullets after, and I lose 6 ammo for no reason. Yep. The charge rifle actually has a passive ability, and that's the ability to be 100% accurate while moving on a zipline. The charge rifle also has a second passive ability that many might not know about, and that ability is that the charge rifle is extremely fucking annoying and you should put the gun down, please. Please! Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. The guns in Apex are some of the most unique weapons in an FPS game, and I think these little details deserve a bit more appreciation. I always find it cool when games do stuff like this, and I hope some others may give their weapons a bit more personality. If I missed something, feel free to leave a little comment letting me know. I also wanted to say thank you guys for over 700 subscribers, and thank you all for more than 15,000 views on the crypto guide. I'm really glad you all liked it. Anyway, I have some bigger things planned in the future that y'all might like, so subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure to like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the future.